So we Skyped with Mrs. Hewlett, and we learned a little bit about her. She's also from the Bronx, Dr. Osager, like the two of us, and Mr. Santana. Bronx is a good place. And then Mrs. Panzica, of course, we wanted to work with her and interview her. And then these are the future leaders of the world, our class. And here's some pictures of us when we were Skyping with you. So this is for you to take back to the district office and to keep forever and ever. Going to give this to Dr. Osager?
I think that's the biggest book I own now. Thank you. It's beautiful. I will display it proudly, and I'll share it with everybody else so they get to see it as well. We actually gather every Friday, so when we're together, I'll bring this and share it with them.
Yes, honey?
My dad is in the Bronx.
Your dad's in the Bronx also.
And sometimes on Fridays and Saturdays and sometimes and Sundays I spend the night.
Well, boys and girls, we have Mrs. Cooperman here who's taking pictures, and she's a second grade teacher. I know that Mrs. Cooperman and Dr. Osager are probably so impressed by their reading. First grade.
We are.
One of the things that we love to do is we love to talk about treating people fairly and kindly and respectful. And I know that we read a book to you, The Story of Our Feelings. We sung a song, The Story of Our Feelings. Do you have a few minutes to hear one of our favorite songs?
Sure.
Okay, boys and girls, I'm just going to turn the tape player on. And let me sing. And then we can sing Don't Laugh at Me. I'm not sure if you've heard this book before, but it is a fabulous, fabulous book.
I'm a little boy with glasses, the one they call a geek. A little boy that smiles because I've got braces on my teeth. I know how it feels to cry myself to sleep. I'm that kid on the playground who's always chosen last. I'm the one who's fell with the lowest in my class. You don't have to be my friend. It's too much to ask. Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names. Don't give your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. I'm the beggar on the corner. You pass me on the street. I wouldn't be out here begging if I had enough to eat. Don't think I don't notice that our eyes never meet. I was born a little different. Too much dreaming from this chair. I pretend it doesn't hurt me, but people point and stare. There's a simple way to show me just how much you care. Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't give your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. I'm fat, I'm thin, I'm short, I'm tall. I'm deaf, I'm blind. We all. Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names. Don't give your pleasure from my pain. In the times we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me.
That was beautiful. That was really, really very special.
So that's something we sort of live by in this class. We're so happy that you came to our class.
You know, what would be even more special than that song? What would be more special is if we all lived by that every day. Can you imagine that? Do you ever find yourself in a situation where maybe you're on the playground or you're at lunch and someone is picking on somebody else? Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
And what do you think you should do? What's the appropriate thing for you to do? Only half of you know what you should do? Oh, I got almost everybody now. Okay, what do you think you should do?
Telling the principal or the teacher.
Yeah, there are almost always adults around. You could certainly tell an adult. That's a good idea. What else could you do?
You can tell your parents.
You could tell your parents. Those are great adults in life, for sure. What else?
You can say, no, that's not good. You can't do that. That's bad.
Yeah, you could take it on yourself to say something like that. That's a good idea.
You can stand up to them.
Mm-hmm. The bully on the playground, huh? Sometimes that's the right thing to do. But sometimes a combination of things. So you can bring an adult into it, and you could tell them.
You can tell a teacher, a second grade teacher.
Yeah, there's, again, lots of adults around.
You can get a teacher to help.
I think the favorite idea is the teacher, huh? And that's a good idea. That is a good idea. All of those are good ideas. Sometimes you do it right on the spot. Sometimes you do it in a follow-up. Mainly when you come back to class, you can say something. Sometimes you can get others of your friends. So not by yourself necessarily, but maybe a couple of friends who stand around. You know what one of the saddest things I see sometimes? And I was in a high school for a lot of years. High school is grades 9 through 12. You're in grades 1 and 2. This is grade 9 through 12. Sometimes you see a fight, and people stand around and cheer people on. And that's really sad. And that's really sad, because in each of us is the ability, as you said in the song, to not laugh at, not join in, not encourage others to do the wrong thing, but to encourage others to do the right thing.
Maybe those children can learn from us.
Mhm.
Learn from us. Because I know in this world, everybody really knows how to treat people respectfully.
That's very nice.
So I know.
Yes.
There was a fire on the bus yesterday, and everyone kept on telling him to stop, and he never stopped.
So what happened?
He told the bus driver.
I think on the bus, that's pretty common, huh? So in your bus behavior and what you could say and do there are good examples for you.
After you farm, we also pet the sheep.
Oh, we're back to the sheep.
I love those sheep. I love them. So one of the things we spoke about, and I'm not sure if you had an opportunity, is if you wanted to read a story to our class, did you by any chance bring a book to read?
I don't go anywhere without a book.
Fabulous.
I don't go anywhere without a book.
Boys and girls, Mrs. Cooperman, who was videoing. Let's just say bye to Mrs. Cooperman, and thanks for videoing. Dr. Osacher, since we have to get everybody's permission, do we have your permission to put this on our webpage?
Sure.
Okay. So we will do that. Mrs. Cooperman, can you leave me with the flip count?